Council regular meeting for the City of Wyoming, Minnesota for July 15th, 2025. Let the record reflect we do have a quorum. Member Luker, Member Onstad, Member Schilling, and Member Yeager and Mayor Iverson are present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next on our agenda is the open forum. Open forum is an opportunity for members of the public to address the City Council on items that are on or are not on the current agenda. Items requiring council action may be deferred to staff or boards and commissions for research and future council agendas if appropriate. You will be limited to 3 minutes unless you're Commissioner Motska, you do get 5. And we ask that you conduct yourself in a professional, courteous manner and refrain from the use of profanity. Failure to abide by this policy may result in the loss of your privilege to speak. Do we have anybody up here or in the audience today that would like to come and speak at open forum? You want to speak at open forum? Yeah, you got 5 minutes. Come on up.
Well, I won't do that.
Okay. I bet you didn't expect that.
I didn't,
Yeah.
but I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Of course, clients don't like that because I charge by the hour. You know?
Well, there we go.
Well, thank you for your service, each one of you. It's good to see you. The county is, as Joe can let you know, our highway engineer, there's the 2 roundabouts that are being looked at, and the county is trying to move that forward. And of course, then this side of the interstate bridge is a state-on-state road, so that's going to be handled by the county but funded by the state or federal, where they get that money. So we're looking forward to that. In our area, to the city to the north, the county is also working on pushing a roundabout on each side for.
Oh, is the mic on? That's
I'm
kind of
sorry.
what, sorry. Do we know? You sound kind of quiet, that's all.
Okay.
Commissioner Monska.
No, it's here. It's on.
There.
Okay, there we go.
Hello.
All right.
So I guess I'm here just to ask, what should we be working on? And then I'll just stay for the meeting.
Okay. We appreciate that. I know coming from me, I really, help on that west side and the county road, right? Because it's not just us who uses it, it's also Anoka County and all kinds of things that go on. So I'm looking forward to Mr. Triplett and his conversation today. But any help that you can get, whether it's through county or through state and going up to the Capitol, would be a huge, huge help. So, and my other ask would be for the crosswalk over by, and I bring this up every time you're here, the crosswalk that's over by Bruce's Foods on 22. So if we could get maybe some help with that, because I really feel it's a safety issue. So.
Tell me on what side?
Rob, help me with that. So you've got better.
The highway engineer's here.
It goes north-south across Wyoming Trail,
Yep.
69th
So we are looking for some sort of, I think we're looking for a bridge at some point.
There's a crosswalk there.
It's a crosswalk, flashing sign.
I think with the addition of some sort of flashing signs and pedestrian pad in the center, I believe is what the mayor is
Yep.
speaking
Okay,
about.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Appreciate
Joe,
that.
can we prioritize that? Look into that?
Yeah, I'm working actually with the on that.
Okay, we're gonna do that, and then the county board would be happy to try to get that in our budget.
Fabulous. I'm more than happy to come up anytime.
Thank you for pushing that.
You're welcome.
And
Thank
anytime
you.
we can save kids' lives, it's
Yeah.
so important.
That's what it's about, because it's the only way to get to the other side of the road where the trail is.
The news has been replete with communities that didn't do what they needed to do to protect their residents.
Yeah.
With the changes in the environment or the more severe weather that we seem to be experiencing, who knows? Maybe just we're really unlucky. But the county itself does not have full coverage of emergency sirens throughout the entire county. And so I'm going to continue to push to make sure we do that, because that's a minimum of what we should have, because we have tornadoes, we have severe weather. Even tonight could have been very serious. I'm sure there's been some damage. I've seen some already.
Yeah, perfect.
So just to let you know, that's something else we're working on.
All right,
So thank you for
We
pushing
appreciate it.
the sidewalk. Okay, and I think it helped that you did it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to come up and speak in open forum? Seeing none, we're going to move on to number 1, which is the Chisago County Public Works Director, Joe Triplett, Highway 8 update. Mr. Triplett, it is good to see you. It's been a while.
Good evening, Mayor, councilors. I do not have any PowerPoint, sorry.
Darn it. We were on such a roll.
I know, I saw that. Rob's got some talent. A couple of things to update you guys on. I'll start with what Commissioner Monska started talking about, the CSAT 22 interchange area. We are, as you know, we are working on that study. Right now it involves, as far as our part goes, the west side. We're looking at a couple roundabouts there, and then work that into with the proposed development and the realignment potentially of Kettle River Boulevard on the north side. And then, as Commissioner Monsa stated, MnDOT's already expressed, how should I say it, an interest in a roundabout at the other ramp on their side. So once we get further into that modeling and those alternatives, I'm sure they'll chime in with that. Again, that's trunk highway over there. So if they indeed want, if that's what they want, they'll have to bring funding to the table. So,
Okay.
and again, we could have it all figured out over there, but there isn't any funding for that right now. So part of the reason we're working on this now is you've got quite a large development potentially coming in there. We want to figure out what the transportation needs are, but then once we figure out what that project's going to be, then we can pursue funding.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, appreciate that. I guess I would like to say that as Wyoming is growing, that just helps the tax base, not only for us, but all of Chisago County. It benefits
For sure.
everybody, so appreciate that, and the state ultimately.
yep, for
so.
sure. I sometimes feel like I have an EDA hat.
I know,
that
you
wear
do.
as well.
Actually,
Speaking
you,
of,
yeah.
of
yeah.
that, the Trunk Highway 8 project, don't really have a ton to report on it. We're still working through the environmental. It's been a tough slog, we'll say, but we're making progress. We hope to have the clearance made by the end of the year, but we're still working forward on most of the design elements. I sat on a nice hour-and-a-half long call talking wetlands and impacts today. I think there's over 20-some acres of wetland impacts, so that the mitigation is going to be sizable and also not cheap. Then we're also working on right-of-way with a few of the folks that we have to buy out and relocate. We got authorization to do that out ahead of environmental clearance. I wanted that just so we would have time when it comes to working with those residents, and I just didn't want to feel rushed, and that's going along well as well. Then the last thing I'll say is, everybody wants to know when, and right now it's looking like a 27, 28, and 29 construction. I will also add that we do need to do some more fundraising as prices continue to increase. However, again, one of the goals has been that to limit or eliminate any city or county participation into this trunk highway project. So, again, that's what we're shooting for. Once we get to the end here, the next 6 months will tell a lot. We'll be able to get to 90% plans. We'll have our environmental clearance. We'll have a good idea on what on a good start, at least, on what the right-of-way is going to look like as well. I've heard anywhere from 240 to 300 parcels, so that's going to that'll be a heavy lift as well. But again, we're moving forward.
Perfect. Any questions from council?
The question I would have is, did we have any federal funding cut?
Yes, so to speak. It's on hold. We are our 20. I have about 15 or 16 different pots of money already for this project. We had one of the Stauber CDS funds got pulled, we'll say. So if they end up reauthorizing, then we will. It was either a $3 million allotment or a $5 million allotment. But
And you
yes.
don't know when or if it would be?
Nope, I do not. I do not. We did apply, however, for 26 congressionally directed spending in the amount of $8 million, and that's made it through. That's made it through Stauber. It's made it through Klobuchar. So again, we're hopeful.
I don't have any questions.
Member Armstead?
Appreciate the update.
Member Lugar? No?
Excellent.
Well, we appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes, I won't be as long next time.
All right, no, you're all good.
Thank
You got 7 minutes, so it's all good.
Ooh, I got more than Commissioner Munson.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
All right, perfect. So we'll move on to number 2, which is approval of minutes. Consider approving the minutes of the regular meeting of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for July 1st, 2025. If there are no questions or comments, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion to approve by Member Schilling, and we have a second by Member Onstad. Is that correct? Sure. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Number 3, consider approving the minutes of the special meeting of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for June 30th, 2025. If there are no questions or comments, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion to approve by Member Lugar. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Member Schilling. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. We're moving on to consent agenda. Items under the consent agenda will be adopted with one motion. However, council members may request individual items to be pulled from the consent agenda for discussion and action if they choose. So we're looking at number 4, 5, 6, and 7. Does anybody wish to pull an item from consent? Seeing none, we need a motion to approve consent agenda 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'll make the first. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Member Onstad. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Acknowledge receipts of reports of officer boards, commissions, and department heads. Number 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Does anybody wish to pull an item, council, from this list? Seeing none, we'll move on to number 13, communications, Minnesota Department of Health Sanitary Survey results. I'm not sure who's taking this one. Mr. McFarland, is that you, Mr. Linwood?
Mr. Reeves actually will be taking that one.
Oh, sorry.
So we receive, excuse me. On a regular basis, we meet with the Department of Health and go over different concerns with status of how the wells and water towers and everything is going with that. And we heard back, most everything was in compliance, with the exception there was one item for chemical storage in the wells. Well 3 is compliant just based on when it was built, but they're making recommendations that we will eventually have to keep up with. So the department is recommending that we account for that in the upcoming rate study and gather some high-level or preliminary numbers on what it would cost to get into compliance with some retrofitting of the buildings.
Okay. All right. Any questions from council? We'll start with Member Lugar.
No questions.
Member Onstad?
Just curious about that retrofitting, would it be just a small storage or something larger? Just so we have an idea of looking forward.
It would just be extension to the building so that we'd have a separate room. The basis of it is like a chlorine, like a gas leak, which has occurred in other cities, and so the opportunity to be able to not necessarily capture it, but neutralize it before it becomes a problem for the community.
Member Schilling?
No questions.
Member Yeager?
Is the state willing to wait until the next rate study?
Yeah, right now it's just a recommendation, so
Okay.
it's not required.
So they're not breathing down our necks to get this done?
No, but it is something that we do need to take into account, because eventually it will become something that's required. So we're just kind of made aware of it.
Okay, and the rate study is due,
29 would be our next one.
okay,
Yep.
and they're good with that?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
We do it in 28, it'd be for 29.
Well, yeah, but they're cool with that.
Member Lugar, did I?
You did, I had no
did,
questions.
okay. I'm like, where did I leave off? Okay, so thank you very much, we appreciate that. We'll move on to
Absolutely.
new business number 14. to continue discussion regarding city facilities and infrastructure. Are we staying in?
This point in time, we will recommend council going into closed session on this. So if, Mayor, if you'd like to do council reports on that and then take a
Okay.
brief recess, that would probably be most practical.
Okay, so just for people in our audience to know, we're gonna do our council reports, and then we're gonna go into a closed-door session at that point. So, council reports, we'll start with Member Yeager.
No report. Thank you all for coming and thank you all for watching.
Okay, and Member Schilling,
No report. Thank you for those that attended and those that are watching.
Member Onstad.
I attended the work session just prior to this session.
Oh, yeah.
You guys did too?
Yeah, us too.
Other than that, thanks for coming.
All right, and Member Luger.
I also attended the work session prior to this meeting, and thank you all for coming.
Okay. I attended the work session. EDA was canceled due to lack of quorum, sorry, not forum, quorum. And then what I would like to really talk about really quickly, because it's coming up fast, and I'm putting you on the spot, Night to Unite. Sorry, I could have told you that. Yeah, I know. So, Night to Unite.
Yes, on the first Tuesday of every August, there's basically a national celebration that is connecting communities with law enforcement. Again, it will be at same location as we have the last couple of years, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Goodview. And we'll have more information out this week on a little change in our food options. We have some food trucks that will be available. And we have a grant that was provided to our Multicultural Advisory Committee to help sponsor the cost of some of that food. So that will be a big change this year. And we'll still have other vendors available as well, but that will be a big change in our food this year. So we're looking forward to that modification.
That's really kind of exciting.
Yeah.
I love
Very
that.
cool.
So, very
Yeah.
cool. And then I'm gonna ask, at Touch a Truck, there was I think it was from the county, where you go 5 miles an hour and you get hit basically, and you realize what that's like.
Right.
Can we get that there possibly?
Nights Unite is really difficult to get those resources because it is a national, everybody in
Yeah.
the state.
Yeah.
So we've tried to get some of those and they're just not available for
Okay.
our event.
It was probably I do a lot of that stuff, right, whenever it's in front of us, and I'm like, okay, I'll get on it. And that 5 mile an hour hit,
No joke, right?
no joke.
Right.
No joke whatsoever. So anytime we can maybe try to get that would be fantastic.
Of course,
So,
thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was all our reports. So at this time, we do need to go into a 5-minute recess. What word am I thinking?
Recess.
Recess,
Recess.
thank you. 5-minute recess, and then we'll come back.